Silver dealer says, don't do what this guy did. I went to visit my local coin shop yesterday, and I learned one of the greatest lessons in all of my years of silver stacking, and I've been in this game forever. If you're interested in gold, click the link in the description. Money Metals is holding this contest. They're giving away a 10th ounce of gold. Every month they hold this contest. It's free. It's fun. Click that link. Take home that gold. Now, yesterday, when I went into my local coin shop, he had told me, I just missed a customer had just came in shortly before I was there. And my dealer was telling me that I missed an interesting a sale. And he was kind of smiling when he relayed this. So I knew it was going to be something juicy. And he explained to me that a customer had just come in, cashed out a monster box of American Silver Eagles. And the pain, the brutal part of this that we all need to learn is twofold. First, this customer was proud to say that he had held on to this monster box for 10 years, right? So he was feeling good about that he had held on to it for 10 years. And, that's what we're supposed to do as silver stackers. We're supposed to be holding on to this silver for a long time. And he cashed it out, so he sold the monster box, and I asked, how often does this happen? That someone comes in and cashes out a monster box of whether it's American Silver Eagles or Canadian Maples, whatever. But here in the States, it's typically Silver Eagles. And my dealer told me, this happens more often than you would believe. In fact, the last person that came in and cashed out an entire monster box was just a few months ago. And when this guy cashed out his monster box, it was a similar situation. The guy held on to it for 10 years. But when you look at the math, when you pull up the charts, everybody could pull up these charts of the history of silver price. If you're going to hold on to silver for 10 years, which I'm on the 10-year plan. I'm totally down with this. I absolutely agree. If you're going to hold on to it for 10 years, you need to really be looking at what you put into it, because 10 years ago, two things, I told you this is twofold. Two things have changed in 10 years. First, the premiums on these American Silver Eagles were much larger than they are now. Recently, and even 4 months ago, when the other guy cashed out his monster box, premiums have dropped a lot an enormous drop, a massive drop from what we were paying for American Silver Eagles. So you're losing that premium. The other part that these guys have to realize, and I say guys, it's typically men who are stacking this stuff. The other part that we have to realize is that if you held on for 10 years, great, but don't pull the trigger unless the spot price is making sense for you. Because if you pull up the charts, the historical charts for silver, it's the same thing. Spot price had gone up, it had fluctuated, it had moved around, but it landed at the same price that he went in on. So we really need to, if we're in this for the long haul, and that's what I suggest. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm just a silver stacker. I'm just telling you what I've been doing for years and how I've done this is we really need to be looking at what we put into it and what you're getting out of it when you're actually going to cash out. I know a lot of people the past 4 weeks have been cashing out because silver jumped up so high. But if you're going to be holding on to something for 10 years, and a monster box is so big, if you haven't seen the size of a monster box, it's so bulky, you can't really fit it into your typical home safe. You certainly can't put it in a safe deposit box. It's just this enormous, that's why they call it a monster box. It's just this enormous box that you are really just stuck with somewhere in your home. Hopefully, if somebody breaks in, they don't really know what they're looking at. Hopefully, they don't know that that's a monster box of silver because it's just so enormous. Whatever you're stacking, whatever amount of silver you're stacking, you hold on to it for at least 10 years. If you can make it 15, if you can make it 20 years, then great. You hold on to it for that long, and you really won't have to worry about making the mistake that these guys made, where they barely. There were plenty of other opportunities over the past 10 years where silver jumped up and gotten a real, if you're going to cash out, a real return. Well, get your own gold. Click that link in the description. Thank you, Money Metals Exchange, for sponsoring the channel. This is a great contest. Every month, they give away a 10th ounce of gold. A 10th ounce. Click that link, be the next winner on that list, take home that gold, and I'll see you on the next one.